We exist to provide a free, high-quality Christ-centered education for students who wouldn't have the resources to have something like that otherwise. The goal is that we raise up kids who love education, who love Jesus, and who love the city, and that want to stay in the city and fight for what's good here and fight to illuminate the places that God's at work. So it's not just people coming into the city to bring reform and transformation, but it's kids who lived here and grew up here who will jump in and be the change our city needs.
There were a handful of people that when I told them what I was doing, really honestly looked at me and said, "You can't do that." And being part of a team of people starting a school has hands down been the most challenging thing that I've ever done. But I think that there are so many moments that have made the hard, gritty work really worth it.
Because education isn't valued in our community in the way it was valued in my family or in the community I grew up in, we face sort of unique challenges in creating not just a high quality, rigorous education, but an education that is compelling and engaging to kids. And so what that looks like for us is we've consistently asked the question, if kids didn't have to come to school, would they want to? We know that we have to provide an education that captures kids' hearts, which is really simple when you look at the grand scheme of things, that God created everything. This is His, and we just get to sit and point out where God is at work and see His fingerprints in everything. Through the generosity of so many people, we've been able to offer a really unique education experience through weekly field trips to really high quality, nutritious meals for breakfast and lunch. We're able to provide our students with free uniforms, free transportation to and from school, and so we're able to remove as many barriers as possible so that kids can come in with the resources they need to experience an education that they deserve.
When I volunteer, what I get to do is I get to see kids learn. Because when I first started coming here, the kids some of them had very rudimentary skills when it comes to academics. And I had the great opportunity to be able to see them learn every single week, and to see where they've come in 1 year has just been phenomenal.
It's really important that we teach students on their level. And so a lot of our day is spent in small group learning, and it's really amazing to watch how rapidly students progress on both ends of the spectrum, because there's time to sit down and really focus on the skills that they're working on, and they're able to progress really rapidly because of that type of individualized instruction that we're able to give them.
I liked how they really work with the parents and the kids. James loves it. He did. He opened up. He loved coming to school. So it was nice to see that he likes school.
We go on field trips so that our students can touch what they're learning about. And when we're in the classroom and we've been reading about something and writing about it, and then we can actually get on a school bus and get out in the real world and they can touch it and see it and experience it. To me, that is when real learning happens, and that's when kids are really motivated to do what they're doing in the classroom really well. And there's something really beautiful about learning coming alive, because there are too many kids that are so bogged down by the academics of learning that they just don't love it anymore.
When I grow up, I want to be a veterinarian because I can help dogs.
When I grow up, I want to be a UCA bus driver so I can drive people to school.
When I grow up, I want to be a dentist. D-E-N-T-I-S-T.
When I grow up, I want to be a father and have a son.
Urban Christian Academy has in many ways become a family. We've been able to know kids' stories really intimately, and because of that, been able to walk into their families and their stories in a helpful way. Because their stories are hard, causes us to dig in even deeper and to fight even harder. And being a consistent place that when the world around them is going crazy, they know they can come to school. There's going to be people here who love them and who encourage them and that are walking through their pain alongside of them.
One of the greatest privileges, I think, of getting to be a teacher who has the freedom to cultivate kids' hearts is that I get to watch them come alive. I think that it's amazing the power of noticing kids and building relationships with them and taking time to speak their strengths out loud to them, and thinking about the way our kids were at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year it's really amazing.
One of the things I'd recognized very early on was the powerful dream that Meredith and Kaylee had regarding Urban Christian Academy. And it was so easy to step into their dream, to step into their faith, and to recognize that something powerful was going on here.
I don't think that many people would use the word brave to describe me. I tend to be fearful of lots of things, and this year God has used 5-year-olds to give me courage. I come in every single day with an expectation to see God in them because they so faithfully are illuminating Him. Kansas City was very dreary this fall. One day there was a sunny day and we were out at the park, and London ran up to Miss Moore and she was just giddy with excitement, and Miss Moore said, "Why are you so happy, London?" She said, "It's the best day of my life," which London says almost every day. And so we prompted, well, what makes this the best day? And she said, "Because I've never met this day before." All of them have this "I've never met this day before" mentality, where they walk into each new day really eager to see what's beautiful and good in it. And so it is really a privilege to get to walk alongside kids who have so much potential and who have God's fingerprints all over them, and expose them and equip them with the skills that they need to be all that God's called them to be.